Today, as we experience the lockdown period of maybe 20 odd days have passed and we still locked down in our homes. But one thing that we don't remember is that this nature, which has experienced a revival of its own, this lockdown period has made nature breathe again. This lockdown has cleaned the environment because so much pollution, so much of dust, so much of smoke, so much of carbon dioxide and other gases which are produced from our earth has now certainly been plugged and shut. The industries have gone down, the pollution coming out from the streets have reduced to a certain level where our ozone layer once again is healing. That is a blessing. It is really a blessing when this ozone layer starts rebuilding its filaments around the earth so to protect us. So the ozone layer is healing, and that is one blessing that this earth is having from this coronavirus. No doubt, coronavirus is not a blessing to humankind, but it has taught man a lesson that yes, environment needs to be clean. We need to clean our environments, and the environment can be only cleaned if we human beings follow what is really in nature. So today I'm going to talk to you about human intervention in environment and our nature. I am blessed because I stay in the northeast of India where the greeneries are so prominent. Everywhere you will see green trees, green grass and forest and animals and whatever you can say which is found in nature. And this nature is such a blessing to humankind that from million miles and thousand miles people come to experience the nature. And this Manas National Forest Wildlife Sanctuary is very close to my home, and just a walking distance I can go to this beautiful national forest which is reserved, and we can see how nature exists. But man, in his effort to develop, man in his effort to progress, have always played a very decisive role to destroy nature. You know, forests are our natural resources. And in our natural resources, we find there are so many resources which are going to be extinct very soon. There are resources which are never going to be extinct, like air, sunlight, rain. But those resources which are going to be exhaustible are many, and these are so important to humankind. But still, in our in our effort to develop and progress, we as human beings have really destroyed nature. We have never appreciated what nature has given to us, and that has caused a lot of problems. Not only problems to mankind, but to animals and other species which belong to nature. Now, what can be the reasons why it is important for forests to exist? You know, Assam was somewhere in 30, 40 years back, 60% of Assam was covered with forest. But now you can find almost 30% is remaining of natural habitat where nature exists. How fast the world is changing. Even our own state or country is changing where nature has been completely been wiped out from the surface. And how it is important to us because nature gives to us fresh air. Nature purifies the air. Nature prevents soil erosion. Nature maintains ground level water. I have a well just behind my house, which was dug 40 years back, around 13 to 15 feet below the earth's surface. Now I can't we use the well because the water level has gone down so badly that there's hardly any water in that well now at present time. So maintenance of ground level, this nature or the forest provides us. Plus, nature provides us a lot of forest products. Let it be wood, timber, medicine, let it be beauty of scenery of nature. It can be medicinal plants. It can be shelter for the animals and cows and whatever. But then this beautiful nature which God had given to mankind has been slowly and gradually we are being the cause of the deforestation. We are, we human beings. By what? Overpopulation. We are overpopulated in this world. And that is the reason we continue to destroy nature. Because we need to build houses. We need to build dams. We need to build paddy fields. We need to construct highways, roadways to connect to one city to another towns. We need to feed our cattle because they don't have grass anymore, so they have to be going into the forest areas to eat. And also, this is the cause of forest fire. Australia last year, I remember, had a huge forest fire where thousands and thousands of acres of land and properties where humankind was destroyed because of forest fires. All is the cause because of man. Now why we experience this kind of things? Because there is lack of education. Lack of education to the people who live and surround us. Lack of education to the politicians who tried in the names to develop these areas because they get profit. No doubt, it is important to develop, but there should be a sustainable conservation methods have to be re-implemented where nature is protected. Now the threats of deforestation are great, my friends. The threats are always going higher and higher. We find when the threats go beyond the limit, we have this global warming. The temperature of the earth rises where rains do not fall in time. There is decrease of rainfall. There is decrease of rainwater. There is decrease of grasslands for the animals to feed. There is decrease of the grasses inside the jungle where the animals have to come out because we are spoiling their environment where they live. And the habitats of animals are naturally going to be disturbed when there is deforestation and other things. So my friend, it is very important to understand that human intervention in nature is to be played in such a way that there is always going to be a balance. If the balance is not maintained, our nature is going to repay back to us how we have been doing to them. And that will be very interesting and that will be very, very hard for mankind to follow. I have another point to make in this is how are human beings responsible? We are responsible for the global warming. We are responsible for the climate change. We are responsible for the pollution of air, water, and soil. We are responsible for the acid rain which is falling. We are responsible for the health implications that are befalling human nature. And we are responsible for the exhaustion of animal extinction on this earth. We are responsible. What should I do? What should we do? My friends, the answer is very simple. The answer is in everybody's mouth. Let me say that. The answer is in everybody's mouth. Number one, we have to respect nature because they provide us the renewable source of energy. We have to go back into our past and say, yes, these are important, but our source of energy should be from the renewable ones. What are renewable energy? Energy that we can get from windmills, from solar panels, from micro hydro systems which exist, from biomass energies. These are the means by which we can replace over dependent on resources which are going to be exhausted. Let me tell you in the end, conservation of our natural resources is of the major concern. I know the global world is always talking about global warming. In our textbooks, in our magazines, in our newspaper, we talk about the global warming and the consequences it has. But many countries are neglecting it because they need the engines to run, the mills to run, the industries to run. And I tell you, those people, those countries, they never support it. And there are some major industrial countries in the world who are against this. I hope God will teach each one of a lesson that we need to follow the global 4 R's in regard to conservation of nature. The 4 R's are reduce our dependence on exhaustible resource, reuse things which might not be useful anymore, but we can still reuse them. Then we need to recycle the things that are going to be thrown out from our homes, recycle them and reuse them. And the last one is we need to refuse things which are going to destroy our nature. We have to do this as individuals, as we all depend on this earth. It is our foremost duty, my friends, to reduce, to refuse, to reuse, to recycle, and to reduce our dependence on things which are going to cause great harm to our nature. So, as human beings, I take this privilege to welcome you and to follow the 4 R's. It will greatly help in our endeavor to protect our nature. Thank you, my friends. God bless you. And once again, before I end up, please continue to share your comments. प्लीज़ लाइक कर देना यार. लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब करने से आपका कुछ पैसा भी नहीं जाएगा, लेकिन हमारा एक इंटरेस्ट और एक जो कामना है वो पूरा हो सकेगा और हम बहुत दूर दूर आदमी सबसे बात करें. अभी देखे मिज़ोरम से कमेंट आया, मणिपुर से कमेंट आया, मेघालय से कमेंट आया, कार्बी आंगलोंग से कमेंट आया, कोई बहुत नज़दीक के बरपेटा रोड से भी कमेंट आ गया, और एक तो बहुत दूर का बंदा ओबेद जिया न्यूयॉर्क से कमेंट भेजा. आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल दैट यू are helping me do my part during this lockdown period so that my students who are away from their homes, not away from their homes, but they're certainly away from the schools, be able to be greatly helped from my short videos on this environment. Thank you very much. God bless you. Take care and be safe at home.